going. This is a little different from what I've been posting. Just, whoa. Okay, cool way to start this off. But this is a little different than what I'm a little used to posting. I just like to go fast and play music I like, but I'm gonna try something a little different. Gonna do a little commentary. That's embarrassing. But yeah, do a little commentary. I guess like actually interact with my nine subscribers, because hopefully talking to you will help a little bit. And it'll be better for YouTube Shorts anyways. But hello, I run the channel. I do all the editing on iMovie. I know, it's great, a great software to use. Love iMovie. But yeah, I don't really think about a whole lot of things when I ride, except for not dying. But I guess I did have a thought about, I guess, like just talking about how I got into motorcycles at such a young age. I'm not stupid, and I'm not gonna say how old I actually am, but I'm very, very young. I mean, I own a fucking piss missile and like to go fast, so that gives you a pretty big clue on how old I am. Yeah, I'm pretty young, but I've been riding a motorcycle for about a year and a half. I know it's very squiddish of me, especially in a t-shirt today, but it's hot. But yeah, I started about a year and a half ago. I started mostly just watching like videos like the really old Ghost Rider clips. That one clip, or the one video of the guy like with like the cameras as mirrors. I think he's from like Philadelphia or something. Really famous clips like that. It's just always been cool to me. A little history though is my dad, actually, he's probably my biggest inspiration for motorcycles. He was a motorcycle cop for a number of years. He's always been around motorcycles and stuff like that, sports bikes, Harleys, only Harleys now. Maybe I can maybe I'll get him out here, make a video with him. He don't understand like the shit I do. He still thinks I barely know how to ride. Little does he know. But yeah, my dad was a motorcycle cop for a long time. Then he just did normal patrol and whatnot. So I always think it's kind of funny and a little ironic that I do this and post the stuff I do with both of my parents actually being police officers. And I don't know, maybe one day I'll do that. Who knows? I'm young. Got a lot of time. But yeah, that was kind of my introduction into the world of motorcycles and liking them and thinking they're cool. And obviously there is that side of motorcycles, like, you know, going fast, ripping it through the highways, taking it on twisty roads, trying to drag me. But it's, for me, it's more than that. You really gotta actually love to ride and not constantly put your life at risk. That's a big thing. And honestly, when I talk to a lot of people about starting and getting their first motorcycles and stuff, I tell them, be better than I am, and be better than I was. Getting absolute piss missile, not the best idea. The MSF course here in Kansas, I rode a Duke 390. No, I think it was like a Duke, I don't know, 200 actually? Yeah, 200. Little 200 cc's. But literally, that was the first time I had ever even ridden a motorcycle. Yes, I've ridden ATVs with clutches and whatnot, and dirt bike maybe, but it honestly is a completely different world. Oh my god, this road sucks. But if you live in Kansas, you know. We got a road tax for this shit, so they're always doing work. Oh, fuck me. But yeah, that's my little introduction into motorcycles. And my first bike ever rode, that like street bike that I ever rode, Duke 200 MSF. Past that, first time, baby. Easiest thing you could ever do. And you learn a lot. Like everything I learned, I still do, you know. Like I can't think of examples, but head on a swivel, that's a big thing, dude. Like just not crashing. They teach you not to die, and pretty good advice. I don't think anyone wants to die on this unless you're edgy and weird, and in that case you shouldn't be riding. But yeah, they teach you a lot of the fundamentals of riding and just being smart, you know. Really just take your time. I didn't, because I wanted to go fast. I like being a fast boy. Woo. I like doing stupid shit because it's fun. And going fast is fun for me. It's my style. But yeah, so little Duke 200 action, and then I went out and bought my first sports bike. Hoopers out here. Is that Tyler? No, that little fucker, I think. He cool. But yeah, and then I went out, bought my first sports bike. Sorry, it is so hot, so I can barely focus on one topic at a time and ride. I'm not good at that. Not good at talking and riding. But yeah, they teach you great fundamentals. Really go in there and try to learn. You know, you don't know everything. You really don't. This is also like one of my most favorite things about riding. You literally never stop learning. There's always something new to learn. You'll never be the best rider you can be, because you can always learn from someone that's better, that's faster, smarter. You can learn a lot. Just have an open mind with this, because having an open mind in general is a great thing. Like, don't be egotistical and say you know better than an instructor that's been doing it for 20 years. That makes no sense, you know? Open up a little bit here. But yeah, started on a Duke 200. I knew immediately that I wanted a sports bike and not naked or a cruiser. Not my cup of tea, and I wanted to go fast. And so I went out, scoured the marketplace, the good old FB marketplace, and I found a oh my god, it's kind of embarrassing but funny to think about now. Of course I got myself an old ass, like I think it was like a 2004 2003 Gixxer 750, and by god, oh my god, it was so clapped out and just so shitty. Like, it didn't have a 6th gear, like it was just non-existent anymore. And I had to figure that out, by the way. Guy didn't tell me, obviously. But funny story, I got that bike, took it home, brought it home. Well, actually, he rode it to my house, dropped it off, and said, good luck. That bike was $4,000. And for $4,000, I was like, oh, this is a great deal. It wasn't. I should, like, if I really did want to keep that thing, I would have fucking said, hey, give me like $2,000 back. Like, this shit is not worth it. But it was fun. It was a good introduction into the world of also learning how to buy a motorcycle, especially used. Buying used motorcycles is scary because you don't know like how the other person rode, what happened to it, what they fixed, what they say they fixed and they didn't. You know, it's a very trust process, and it was a good thing to learn for me. Signs to look for, things to look for, and yeah, it was a good experience, to be honest. But that bike was actually on a jump title, and if you don't know what a jump title is in Kansas, it is basically that guy that I bought the Gixxer 750 from. He bought it from someone, he never registered it, and then sold me the bike saying it was a good title, which in technicality it is a clean title, but he never registered it, so therefore he can't sign it over because he's still technically not the original owner on paper. So it's a jump title, jumping owners. Just don't do that, honestly. Spend the $200 to get the fucking thing registered, dude. Most people are nice enough to write down that you didn't buy it for the amount you did. It's really not hard. But yeah, it was a jump title bike. I learned that after spending a lot of time and even buying insurance for the thing. And oh, it was such a headache at the time, but good learning experience. That bike, I miss it. I do like Gixxers. Surprisingly, I do like Gixxers. They're cool looking, especially the newer 1000s. Oh, they're badass, man. And their headlights are cool. But yeah, that was my first bike. Second bike, I was like, all right, 750. That's not enough for me. Not enough for my gremlin ass. I need more. So I was like, I'm just gonna get a 1000. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my, I'm not even gonna get started on that. I'm not even gonna get started. Oh, that's just funny. Oh, I'll talk about that in a second. But second bike, right? Got rid of the Gixxer. Luckily, the guy was civil enough and nice enough to give me my money back. I also did an oil change on that fucking Gixxer, so he got a free oil change out of it. But yeah, had the Gixxer, got my money back, said fuck it. I saved up a little bit more in this time, and Papa Bear helped me out a little bit, and I ended up finding a 2006 CBR 1000, baby. Oh my god. You can't get me to shut up about Honda any fucking day. I drive a Honda. My family's always driven Hondas. Oh, that was my first 1000cc. First liter bike. Love that bike. It was just so unhinged, dude. It was so raw. You had no ABS. You had a stabilizer in there, though. No ABS, no traction control, no wheelie control. The amount of times I power wheelied that thing. Oh my goodness. Your brake lights are out, by the way, asshole. But yeah, dude, love that bike. Perfect bike. Amazing. Had fucking like 26,000 miles on it when I got it. So ended up selling it with like 30,000 on it. And it was amazing. I love that thing. CBR 1000. Best bike in the world. I don't care if it's slow. The normal one is pretty slow, but the Triple R, holy shit, fucking monster. Don't even get me started. Love the Fireblades. I'll never shut up about them. But that bike did have a lot of its own quirks. One of my buddies, I don't know if he'll comment this because I don't even know if he watches my videos, but he also rides the Daytona 675. The front end looks like a hot dog, but yeah, it's super nice bike. Love the Honda, but it did have its quirks. Like first gear, my buddy knows about that. It had a crunchy first gear. Is what we like to say. What we like to say about it. It had a crunchy first gear. So let's see on this bike, ZX10, right? Clutch in, normal normal shift into first, right? On the CBR, I put any pressure to go into first, and it just goes. It just fucking crank itself. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And so you would have to kick it into first like you're kickstarting a dirt bike. I was like, oh, this is so funny, so sketch. It was a little quirk. But other than that, to be honest, great bike. Ran perfectly. Battery was always good. Handled amazingly. I dropped that bike so many times and it held up. I crashed that bike actually and it held up. But yeah, I love that thing. I want one again, especially the 06, the unhinged, unchained monsters, bro. Is what they are. Anything made before like any of this shit was popularized by manufacturers. Oh my goodness, they're so raw, so amazing. That's also the first bike I hit anything over 150 miles an hour. And it was just so surreal. I love that thing. I'll get another one. Or maybe I'll save up my money, save up my pennies, get me an SP. Nah, probably not. You gotta have like 30K for that motherfucker. But maybe. Who knows? Oh, I thought, almost died. But yeah, I love that bike. And now, of course, last but not least, my baby, my whole personality. I'm joking, but yeah, this bike is just so unreal. Like, it's so much bike. I will not need to upgrade. I don't have the need or want to upgrade just because of how fucking crazy this thing is by itself. ZX10 2014. The guy that owned this bike before me, he basically just turned this fucker into a track bike. Quick shifter, steering stabilizer, shorty levers. Oh my god, and I have a whole race fairing kit for it, so that's awesome. Maybe I might do some of that later once I can buy a tracksuit. Oh, come on, man, just go. But oh, I stalled. That's embarrassing. But yeah, ZX10, love this bike. Literally not a problem with it. Should probably get a new chain and sprockets for it, but that's another time when I got money. Nah, fuck it. But yeah, I love this bike. This will be around for a long time. Maybe I don't know actually. I'm thinking at the end of the season I might throw it up on the good old marketplace just to see what she'll go for. I'm sure I could get a decent return, not a whole like super loss on it. Most leader bikes, my personal opinion, you don't lose a whole lot of you don't lose a whole lot of value in them. Like, bikes do depreciate, but when you find the right person to buy it, they don't. Realistically, if a person knows about the bike and understands it, they're like, oh, come on, it's just steal for them too. So yeah, I love this thing. I'll probably hold on to it. He's turning, it's okay. But yeah, no, this bike's amazing. I'm gonna hold on to her for a while. Her name's Kermit, by the way, because of the green chain. You can't really tell because it's dirty. I do need to wash my bike, but for another time. Love it. So much power. Plenty for me. I'm not a big guy, so she gets up and goes. But yeah, I always just wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about me, so you know me, so we're a little bit more personal, you know. It's a really I really do enjoy making these little videos for you guys, for the people that do watch. I'm just starting out. I do have a TikTok. Go check out my TikToky, because I make all sorts of things on there. But yeah, I'm glad I did this, because I'm glad I talked about this. And I do have a whole ton of other opinions on, you know, gears, being a squid, you know, being all cringy and depressed on your bike. Like, you know, there's a bunch of opinions out there, and I would love to share mine. I try to be the nicest I can be, except for fuck fur helmets. That's all I'm gonna say. Those furry helmet ass covers, those dumbass, stupid ass fuckers. Every rider I see with one, they suck. Like, it's actually bad. I'd rather take a fucking Gixxer 1000 rider, ride with him, than a furry helmet kid. Jeez, don't even get me started on those guys. They deserve a whole video for themselves. But, you know, I'm glad I got to do this. It's fun talking. And hopefully it's a little bit better for you guys, you know? You get to watch me ride and talk. It's just a grand old time. Anyways, I'm about to hit the highway, and I don't want to talk for that. So, I'll see you guys when I see you guys.